Each week we light a flaming chalice, a symbol of our faith. Today's chalice lighting words are by the Reverend Dr. David Breeden. We light this flame, reminding ourselves to treasure the magic in the mundane, the wonders of carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, rapid oxidization into light, heat, and the dance of a flame. We light this chalice, kindling, remembering our innate sense of wonder at the very real magic of our world.
Good morning. Morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Lincoln. My name is Kathy Disney, and I am a worship associate of this church. I am joined on the chancel virtually this morning by fellow worship associate Jamie Radcliffe. Over the past few years, the way that we have met has often changed, but whether in person, on Zoom, or in a YouTube live stream, or in some way of being that we cannot yet imagine, worshiping together is a chance to deepen our connection with the sources of meaning in our lives and to proclaim who we are and what we are about, throwing open the doors of our congregation and proclaiming the radical love and welcome that is the heart of our faith. The Unitarian Church of Lincoln aspires to be a loving community, uniting reason with spiritual exploration to transform ourselves and the world. We have a big vision here, and we know that creating a loving community begins with welcome. So whether this is your first time or your 500th, if you come hopeful or heartbroken, whatever your age, gender, skin color, whomever you love, you are welcome here. As we enter into worship, take a moment to center yourself in this place. Find a comfortable space with your body. Take a few deep breaths, and let us continue with singing together hymn number 301 in the gray hymnal, Touch the Earth, Reach the Sky. Please rise in body or in spirit.
Anyone would like to come forward for the story, you're welcome to do so now. All right. Well, the story is called No One But You, so it's kind of fitting. No One But You will stand on the carpet and tell the story today. By Douglas Wood. There are so many things in the world, so many important things to be taught, to be shown. But the best things, the most important ones of all, are the ones that no one can teach you or show you or explain. No one can discover them but you. No one but you can feel the rain kiss your skin or the wind ruffle your hair. And no one but you can walk through a rain puddle in your bare feet. No one but you can listen with your ears to the song of a redbird in a treetop, or the wind in the pines, or the scolding of a squirrel as he shakes his tail and stamps his feet. No one but you can see the morning sun sparkle on the water as you dangle your toes and watch a sunfish dart behind a stump, and see the miraculous marching of a water strider across the surface of a pond. No one but you can gently hold a turtle with your own hands and count the plates on her back and the stripes on her chin and feel the hardness of her shell and the soft scratching of her claws and imagine what a turtle's life is like as she swims back into the blue-green shadows of her world. Only one person can notice the hum of a bumblebee on a lazy afternoon as he buzzes past your ear on his way to a clover patch. And that someone is no one but you. And who else but you will roll a glistening dewdrop from a rose petal onto your tongue or savor a red, ripe strawberry or a golden drop of honey and know what it tastes like just to you. No one but you can smell the moist earth after a rain shower, discovering just the way it smells to you, or catch the fragrance of a tulip or an apple blossom, or even a dandelion. No one else can blow parachute seeds into the wind with your breath, or whistle with a blade of grass held between your two thumbs, or sing your very own song with your very own voice in your very own way. No one but you can hold a puppy in your gentle arms, feel the softness of its muzzle and the warm tickle of its tongue, and make it feel safe and cared for just because it's with you. No one but you can smile just your smile or laugh just your laugh. No one but you can remember your own memories, all the things that you've done, all the places that you've been with all of your favorite people. And of course, no one but you can name your own memories, the ones that are yet to come. No one but you can hear chorus frogs singing on a spring night under a blanket of stars just like you can. And no one else in the world can look up at the stars, these stars, right now, with your own eyes and feel your own special place on this earth. And no one else can wish upon that star, that very one, from just where you stand, and wish your very own wish. No one but you. And no one in all the wide world but you can feel the feelings in your heart. No one but you. And that is the end of our story. If you would, please rise in body or in spirit. The next hymn is number 112, Do You Hear? And the children can head back to their classrooms.
We need each other, says George Odell, when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone. We need one another when we are in despair and in temptation and need to be recalled to our best selves again. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid, and when we mourn and would be comforted. We need one another in the hour of success, when we look for someone to share our triumphs. We need one another in the hour of defeat, when with encouragement we might endure and stand again. All our lives we are in need, and others are in need of us. A central part of our service is the time we join together as a community to mark the moments of our lives. We share with one another our joys, our sorrows, the events that mark the journeys of our lives. Our joys are shared and magnified. We are comforted in our sorrows. At this time, I invite you to speak into this shared space or to type into the chat your name or the name of another you wish to be remembered in sorrow. I will repeat the names spoken aloud here for those in the live stream, and I will read from the chat the names that are written there. There is some delay between the online and the live, so I may round back and hit those that don't come through perhaps in time. So enough of that. Please share anyone, your name, or any other name you might be holding in sorrow today. Jackie. Johnny. Allie. Jean Luca. Team Luca. In the live stream, we have care for Ricky and a sorrow for Carol. Joy exists in the same room as sorrow. I invite you to speak into this shared space or type into the chat your name or the name of another you wish to be remembered in joy today. Shane, 18 months of sobriety, no small thing. Reese? Reese, thank you.
Zora is 7 today.
Zora is 7 today.
My oldest son, Brent, 53, almost as old as I am.
Tim's oldest son, Brent, is 53 and almost as old as he is. In the live stream, we have Joy, Christmas concert at Doane University last night from Evelyn. And one sorrow to round back to Dana. Let us lift up these names and those just as keenly felt but unspoken and hold them within the care of this community in a moment of shared silence. Thank you for your presence. Our next hymn is number 312 in the Gray Hymnal, Here on the Paths of Every Day. Please rise in body or spirit.
Each week, we take up a collection to support the work of this church and our partners in the broader world. We do this because just as we all grow from being a part of this place, we also each give back to it in our own way. As we listen to the next piece of music, the ushers will take up a collection. Alternatively, you can grab your cell phone and contribute by texting UC Lincoln together with the amount you wish to give to 73256. Thank you so much for your generosity.
Are you ready to sing? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to sing? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to sing? Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah when you're ready to sing. Are you ready to shout? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to shout? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to shout? Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah when you're ready to shout. Are you ready to hear? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to hear? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to hear? Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah when you're ready to hear. Are you ready to dream? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to dream? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to dream? Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah when you're ready to dream. Are you ready to sing? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to sing? Sing hallelujah. Are you ready to sing? Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah when you're ready to sing.
Our reading today is a poem by Billy Collins. It's called I Ask You. What scene would I rather be enveloped in than this one? An ordinary night at the kitchen table, at ease in a box of floral wallpaper, white cabinets full of glass, the telephone silent, a pen tilted back in my hand. It gives me time to think about the leaves gathering in corners, lichen greening the high gray rocks, and the world sailing on beyond the dunes, huge ocean-going history bubbling in its wake. Outside of this room, there is nothing that I need, not a job that would allow me to row to work, or a coffee-colored Aston Martin DB4 with cracked green leather seats. No, it is all right here, the clear ovals of a glass of water, a small crate of oranges, a book on Stalin, an odd snarling fish in a frame on the wall, and these 3 candles, each a different height, singing in perfect harmony. So forgive me if I lower my head and listen to the short bass candle as he takes a solo while my heart thrums under my shirt, frog at the edge of a pond, and my thoughts fly off to a province composed of one enormous sky and about 1 million empty branches.
Could Somebody turn on the lights. Yeah, that's all, folks. Good morning again. The Soul Matters theme for the month of December is wonder. I have been watching a lot of Hallmark Channel Christmas movies in the last few weeks. Say what you will about them, the people in those movies experience wonder. The wonder of Christmas. Wide-eyed, sparkly, snow on Christmas Eve wonder. The wonder of miracles, romance, and finding something that was once lost. Wonder is available on every snow-covered, garland-hung street corner. You couldn't swing a big stick, if Hallmark movies ever allowed anything like a stick, without hitting wonder. Wonder is the meat and potatoes of a Hallmark Christmas movie. You will notice there is never any ominous music in a Hallmark Christmas movie. No villains, no antagonists, only lost opportunities that become found before the movie is over. And the people who love those movies love those movies. Thousands, if not millions of folks plug themselves into a constant drip of wonder from probably October until the end of the year. So that is over here. For those of you who don't know me very well, I love parody. I thoroughly enjoy a good skewering of things that take themselves too seriously, and people too. In 1972, National Lampoon did a parody of the poem Desiderata that was written somewhere around 1927 by Max Ehrmann. Desiderata is an inspirational and aspirational piece, and it has been a great help to many people over the years. It was very popular in poster form in the 1960s and 1970s. Because that is now a very long time ago, I will read the poem for those of you who may not be familiar with it. Desiderata by Max Ehrmann. Go placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexatious to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for there will always be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is heroism. Be yourself. Especially do not feign affection, neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is as perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with dark imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe. No less than the trees and the stars, you have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you perceive him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. It truly is a poem that has been a positive influence on many people's lives, and I respect that. But there is a part of me that reads that and says, yeah, right. I am much more at home with the parody version called the Deteriorata. As I said, National Lampoon created this in 1972, and not all of it has aged well. However, here are some excerpts that I am particularly fond of. Go placidly amid the noise and waste, and remember what comfort there may be in owning a piece thereof. Avoid quiet and passive persons, unless you are in need of sleep. Rotate your tires. Speak glowingly of those greater than yourself, and heed well their advice, even though they be turkeys. Whenever possible, put people on hold. Be comforted that in the face of all aridity and disillusionment, and despite the changing fortunes of time, there will always be a big future in computer maintenance. Remember the Pueblo. Strive at all times to bend, fold, spindle, and mutilate. Know yourself. If you need help, call the FBI. Exercise caution in your daily affairs, especially with those persons closest to you, that lemon on your left, for instance. Gracefully surrender the things of youth, birds, clean air, tuna, Taiwan, and let not the sands of time get in your lunch. Take heart in the deepening gloom that your dog is finally getting enough cheese. You are a fluke of the universe. You have no right to be here. And whether you can hear it or not, the universe is laughing behind your back. Therefore, make peace with your God, whatever you perceive him to be, hairy thunderer or cosmic muffin. With all its hopes, dreams, promises, and urban renewal, the world continues to deteriorate. Give up. And all of that is over here. So, where do I stand with wonder? The Hallmark Christmas movie universe of wonder everywhere, but where the falling snow never sticks to people and you never see anyone shoveling. Or the cynics universe of the Deteriorata, where the universe is laughing behind my back and wonder is something to be laughed at. Well, neither, of course. It's actually sort of a silly question. These are extremes, and most real-life human people don't live in the extremes. We live in the everyday reality, where the snow does stick to us, and the sands of time getting into our lunch is really not a very relevant thing. Our psychic pendulum may swing one way and then back the other, but by and large, we have to live in the middle. Wonder everywhere and wonder nowhere, both shallow, really. The middle has depth because of the random nature of coming across wonder in the everyday. I have made a short list of everyday things that provide me with wonder. I hope you can relate to some of them and that they might inspire you to think of similar things in your everyday life. I find wonder in the little things, literal, actual little things. Things in miniature, origami, the photographs of Tetsuya Tanaka, even dollhouses. Everything is so incredibly small and so complete and detailed. How do people do that? I marvel at the creativity and the imagination, the patience, the hand-eye coordination. When I find myself looking at well-done things in miniature and I shake my head in amazement, that's a wonder response. You have that thing for yourself in your life. The thing that when you look at it or hear it or experience it, however you experience it, it makes you shake your head in amazement and admiration. Go find it again. Get more of it in your week. I find wonder in my senses. First, that they mostly still work. Anything that you bring all the way up to your nose and breathe in, that's something that probably at one time filled you with wonder. Multi-place. The sound of birdsong can bring about a sense of wonder in me. Again, how can that tiny little body create something that beautiful and complicated in its sound? At this time of the year, it is the chickadee that does it for me, and in the summer, it's the red-winged blackbird. And then there's also our senses' ability to bring back memory. That is a sort of wonder in itself. For me, the combined smells of chlorine and popcorn will take me straight back to summertime at the public swimming pool in the little town where I grew up. I'll bet there is something that takes you back in time as well. Next, reacquaint yourself with things you don't understand. In my case, this is a very broad field of endeavor. Part of the reason that children find things magical is that they don't yet understand how they work. As we reach adulthood, we seem to lose that sense of magic and wonder, even if our understanding is not complete. For me, the workings of the internal combustion engine might as well be magic. And don't even ask me about the long afternoon I spent yesterday trying to get the television in my mom's VCR, and it just... In these times, so much is done for us that we don't have to understand how things work to get along in life. I can almost guarantee that there are things you rely on in your daily life and you don't know exactly how they work. Take a bit to appreciate what marvels those things are. If I am open to it, one of the most profound senses of wonder in my everyday life are the things that don't go wrong. Every day, dozens, if not hundreds of things don't go wrong in my life. The wheels of my car don't come off as I go around a corner. That very thing happened to a neighbor of mine. The vast majority of the time, I don't drop and shatter the clean dishes as I put them away. The neighbor's barking dogs stay within their fence, and they don't rush me and try to take a bite out of my leg. Now, I have dropped and broken dishes, and I have been bitten by a neighbor's dog, but that is so rare. In the everyday occasions of our everyday lives, things don't go wrong almost all the time. Things go wrong so infrequently, in fact, that we develop an expectation that things will always go right. And that expectation results in complacency, and that creates shock and amazement when things go wrong, when in fact it should be the other way around. Think of the dozens of small actions and choices that you have engaged in since you got up this morning up until this very minute. Isn't it something of a marvel that you made it successfully to the spot where you are? And consider the miracle of the close call. When you can see the bad outcome at close range and yet it doesn't happen. It is the close call that brings me up short and helps me to cultivate wonder at how many things in my everyday life don't go wrong. And I am grateful. This is getting to be the time of year when the word wonder gets used more frequently than in August, for instance. Wonder cells, or rather the potential for wonder cells. The commercials during the Hallmark Christmas movies are pitching wonder just as much as the movies are themselves. And we will buy it, heaven help us. The prospect of eliciting that ooh response in someone else as they open your gift that you planned so carefully is intoxicating. Reminding them that the furnace still works or that the toaster didn't explode is just not going to get the same response or the same sense of satisfaction. Nor should it, really. Pretty dull stuff, really, everyday wonder. More bread and butter than cake. My advice is to do it all as you are inclined. Enjoy the Hallmark Christmas movie, laugh at the parody, relish the response of the gift you created the heck out of. Just remember that you will get more nourishment out of the bread and butter than the cake. Open your eyes to the everyday wonders of your own life and find your gratitude there. And remember, you are a fluke of the universe. But don't give up. Our closing hymn is number 311 in the Gray Hymnal, Let It Be a Dance. Please rise in body or in spirit. Thank you, Bill. A little reminder that there is a town hall meeting this morning at 11:30. It will start at 11:30 to go over the material that will be covered in the congregational meeting, which is next Sunday at 11:30. If possible, please come to if you're a voting member of the congregation, please come to the congregational meeting in person if you're able to, because we do need a quorum in order to do the business we need to do. I That's my pitch for the town hall meeting. Please come. Our closing words today are a poem by Ted Kooser titled At a Kitchen Table. Not a flock of stories, not usually, but a few that arrive at dusk in pairs, quietly creating themselves in the feathery light, and rarely with fancy plumage of blue or green or red, but plain, as of clay or wood, with a plain little song. Theirs are the open wings we light our table by. Go in peace. One more song.
Go in peace, go in kindness, go in love, go in faith. Leave the day behind us. Day is done. Go in grace. Let us go into the dark, not afraid, not alone. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home. Let us hope by some good pleasure safely to arrive at home.